This is KNWA News at 6.
A Washington County mental health stabilization unit is now just months away from opening. Good evening, I'm Kelly O'Neill. KNWA's Katie Davila is live in studio with why members of the Quorum Court say this project is a good thing. Well, Kelly, yesterday the Quorum Court voted to approve funding for the new crisis stabilization unit. The county will spend $250,000 to complete the project. The money will be used to renovate the former juvenile detention center. Once renovated, the CSU will be a place for criminals with a mental illness to stay out of jail. The 16-bed voluntary crisis unit would provide care for those who need mental health services the most. Justice of the Peace Eva Madison says the larger project will have an even bigger outcome.
Mental health is a big deal. It costs our communities a lot of money. It's a big burden on the jail. They're not equipped to handle mental health issues. But if you look at the number of crimes that are traced back to mental health issues, if we could address the mental health issues, I think the world would be a better place.
Washington County Judge Joseph Wood says the CSU should be open by mid-June. Live in studio, Katie Davila, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News. All right, thank you, Katie. A location has been decided for the new crisis stabilization unit. The unit was set to open last November at the Washington County Courthouse Annex on College Avenue, but a delay in construction set that date back. Now, the former juvenile detention center located just down the road is cleared out and ready to become the next CSU. Officials tell us the decision to move came down to money. In a KNWA update, the hearing for two strip clubs facing multiple violations has been set. The violations occurred after an undercover operation by the Alcohol Beverage Control on January 10th. Silver Dollar Cabaret had violations of employees or operators drinking alcoholic beverages on duty, allowing alcoholic beverages to be furnished to an intoxicated person, and 4 dancers performed paid lap dances on the stage with 3 seated patrons. Platinum Cabaret had 6 total violations of simulating sex acts and making physical contact with patrons. The hearing for both places will be held on March 21st at the ABC's boardroom in Little Rock. The hearings are separate but will take place back to back. New details have emerged in the case against 2 men accused of shooting a Fort Smith cab driver. 19-year-old Keithan Norris and 20-year-old Norman Massey have been charged with aggravated robbery and battery in the first degree. Norris faces an additional charge of possession of firearms for a prior felony conviction. According to a police report, the pair had the cab driver drive them to Morrison Elementary School. The cab driver told investigators one of the subjects held him at gunpoint and attempted to rob him. Officers reviewed video surveillance that shows Norris shooting the cab driver once in the head and once in the chest. Norris and Massey are held at the Sebastian County Jail on a $250,000 bond. The Arkansas Department of Health has confirmed cases of mumps on the University of Arkansas campus in Fayetteville. There are 3 confirmed cases of mumps and 1 suspected case of mumps in the last few weeks. Meg Mirville with the ADH says students, faculty, and staff are encouraged to make sure that they're up to date on their measles, mumps, rubella, or MMR vaccination. MMR vaccines are available at the Washington County Local Health Unit, many doctors' offices and local pharmacies, and at the U of A Community Pat Walker Health Center on campus. According to the CDC, the most common symptoms of the mumps include fever, headache, and muscle aches. Most people with mumps recover completely within a few weeks. In Rogers, the city's development is booming in response to the population growth. KNWA's Clarissa Bustamante live in studio with how new plans that the city is rolling out. Clarissa?
Kelly, the city has seen this growth happening for a while now, which is why they had a special election to pass the 2018 bond issue last year. But now city leaders are seeing exactly where that money will be going. The $180 million bond will be used to develop infrastructure for all of the city, but will focus specifically on West Rogers. In that area, the city hopes to create a series of smaller roads instead of a few main ones to decrease congestion as well as promote business. But it's not just public development. Private companies like Topgolf and Duluth Trading Company are eyeing Rogers to develop as well.
You're starting to see a pocket of development in that uptown region of Rogers. So it's really exciting to see that the private side of that development start to catch up with the public infrastructure that's already in place out there.
If you want to take a look at these plans yourself, head to our website. That's nwahomepage.com. Live in studio, Clarissa Bustamante, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
All right, thank you, Clarissa. Tonight, House Democrats are moving ahead with a bill to challenge President Trump's emergency order on the U.S. border. KNWA's Mark Meredith is in Washington with the latest.
House Democrats have introduced a bill to block President Trump's emergency order for a border wall.
Well, there is no emergency at the border. It's a mythology of the president, not a reality at the border.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says the House will vote on and likely pass the measure Tuesday. All eyes will then shift to the Senate, where Democrats are hoping frustrated Republicans will support the effort. Democrats argue the emergency declaration is an attempt to circumvent congressional authority. But even if the bill passes the Senate,
will I veto it? 100%.
And it's unlikely Congress would be able to override that veto. Meanwhile, outside the White House Friday, it was a rodeo of sorts.
It's been a great trip.
These self-described cowboys from New Mexico say they traveled to Washington to make a point.
To support our president and some of the decisions he's making on the wall.
But several states, including New Mexico, are suing to block the emergency declaration. And the president says he believes the case will ultimately end up in the Supreme Court. In Washington, Mark Meredith, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.
As many as 1 in 3 service women and female veterans may suffer from infertility. That's the conclusion of a recent report by the Service Women's Action Network. That's as much as 3 times as the rate for women outside of the military. Elling Herring is with the Service Women's Action Network. She says the drastically higher rate raises major concerns about reproductive health care in the military. Herring says challenges include limited access to treatment options during deployments.
Women use birth control on deployments, usually not actually to prevent a pregnancy, but to regulate their periods.
By raising awareness about health concerns and risk factors, supporters hope to ensure women who serve the country get the services that they need. The Hardcourt Hogs looking to end its SEC losing streak at home this weekend, plus where you can check out some of the fastest humans on Earth in your Pig Shell Nation report. But first, Melissa?
Well, we can still expect to hear a few rumbles of thunder, even though we barely took in any rain today. It was dreary. Good news, though, the sunshine does return. I'll tell you when to expect that after this.
You're watching KNWA News at 6 with Jennifer Pignate, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott, and your Pig Trail Nation report with Drew Ammon. Closed captioning is sponsored by Air Control. KNWA Northwest Arkansas News is sponsored by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Brands you want, a name you can trust.
Forget the rest. Buy from the best.
At McLarty Daniel Nissan, Northwest Arkansas's #1 Nissan dealer, winner of Dealer Rater's 2019 Dealer of the Year and Consumer Satisfaction Award, you'll always get our best price and selection. Visit BentonvilleNissan.com.
My fellow Americans, I stand before you today humbled because the President's Day sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. Find huge savings on our best mattresses, like $100 off any Denver Mattress Luxe Line mattress, or save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets. And for the budget-minded, get the Summit Queen, only $189.99, plus 5 years, no interest financing. But hurry, the extended President's Day sale at Denver Mattress ends Thursday.
Northwest Arkansas is best experienced behind the wheel of a Hyundai from Crane Hyundai in Bentonville and Fayetteville. Right now, drive the all-new 2019 Santa Fe for as low as $269 a month, a new Elantra starting at $189 a month, or a new Kona as low as $209 a month. And they all come with America's best warranty and shopper assurance. Our team is here to do what it takes to show you the value of an established name with deep Arkansan roots, because we are Arkansas driven. Crane Hyundai in Bentonville and Fayetteville.
Forget the rest. Buy from the best.
During the Nissan Now President's Day sales event at McLarty Daniel Nissan, get amazing deals on new Nissan, plus 0% financing. Shop at Northwest Arkansas's #1 Nissan dealer. Start your deal at BentonvilleNissan.com.
Monday. I'm so excited. Welcome to Team Legend.
You're really cute. I think you're cute, John.
You're adorable.
I have clearly been out-cuted.
Then it's the premiere of The Enemy Within.
I want the names of the 4 agents who are following, or you'll never see your daughter again.
She betrayed her country.
I made a choice to save my daughter.
Now she wants redemption.
You can catch him, but you cannot do it without me.
The premiere of The Enemy Within after the premiere of The Voice, Monday on NBC.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Melissa Hall.
So while we are running at a surplus for the rain for this time of year already, you might have thought we took in some more today. We did, but not too much. The River Valley, you guys, it was really hit or miss. It was very dreary looking all day long. Fayetteville, it really was the Fayetteville fizzle. There were clouds everywhere. You had a little bit of mist, but you only took in 2/100ths of an inch of rain. Bentonville, big winner, they got almost 1/4 of an inch of rain. Now, we do have more rain chances coming. We could see another 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, but this system that we're watching, it's going to rush through rather quickly. Here's what we've got. A lot of moisture streaming in from the south, so warmer temperatures and moisture combined with cooler temperatures. This system, you can see the snow that it's bringing to Arizona. Flagstaff set some new records yesterday. LA even took in a little snow yesterday. Well, as this pushes east and meets with this warm moisture, it's not looking good. Now, we, fortunately, don't have the enhanced risk. It's been shifted. Today, those temperatures, they didn't climb. And tomorrow, actually, they will after that system comes through because the winds are going to pick up. Look at Bentonville. Right now, it says it's 43, and all day, we've been very mild with all those clouds and no sunshine. But with that wind that's outside, 10 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour, it feels like it's already in the 30s. Harrison, they've had about a 3-degree temperature spread from when they woke up this morning with low temperatures to daytime highs, and with that wind, they feel right around freezing. Now, tomorrow, we're all going to be dealing with the wind. That system off to our west, that's the big threat with it, is wind in our area. Now, there is a severe weather threat, but like I said, it is shifted, and it's now over that Tennessee River Valley where you see Mississippi, eastern Arkansas. Here, though, we're expecting non-severe and marginal. It's going to be that wind and maybe even a little hail that you might pick up. Like I said, we do have a wind advisory from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And here's why. As that system moves in, we're expecting winds to gust 40, 50 miles an hour. So tomorrow, not the best day to be lighting any fires outside. Here's how it plays out. You take your dogs for a walk tonight, still have spotty showers, but look at those temperatures. The thermometer really doesn't budge all night long. Tomorrow, that system moves in. We get a few rumbles of thunder. That wind picks up, steady winds 20 to 30, even 35 miles an hour, but they're out of the southwest, so we do warm up. Sunshine returns. It's just going to be a very breezy afternoon with that wind advisory. By Sunday, we wake up cool and we get close to average. That's the good news, is after this system, we don't cool down too much, but we do see a drop in temperature. So go ahead and get that NWA Weather Authority app because, like I said, we do have that wind advisory. And the first day of spring for us meteorologists is next Friday, as you can see on the 7-day. And we all know what spring means here in Arkansas. Those storms are going to start picking up, but at least the sunshine returns and we warm up heading into the new week.
Yeah, it was kind of a gloomy day today.
I call it one of those Eeyore days where it just looks like it's going to pour down. The clouds follow you around all day. But good news, the sun will come out tomorrow.
I'm excited for that. Thanks, Melissa. Well, happening right now, the Northwest Arkansas Heart Ball is being held at the John Q. Hammond Center in Rogers. That's where we find Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff. And Dan, how's it going out there?
Well, Kelly, it's incredible. It's such a beautiful night, and inside it's a black tie affair, a formal event, and you can see behind me that we've got the silent auction area. But, you know, Jennifer and I are going to be co-emceeing this, and so it's going to be a really fun time. It's all about the American Heart Association, and it's a 2019 Northwest Arkansas Heart Ball. And by the way, heart disease and stroke is the #1 and #5 killer of Americans across the country. Now, this is the silent auction area, but I want to take you into the ballroom. You've got to see how this place is decorated. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to a night under the stars. How about this for beautiful decorations, incredible tables, centerpieces, and I'm going to step out of the way so our photographer, Toby, can just kind of show you what the scene is like. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be an incredible incredible night. We've got a lot of sweethearts that have raised a lot of money. In fact, let's hear a little bit more about the Northwest Arkansas Heart Ball. Let's bring in our interview here. Serena Munns, thank you so much. Executive Director for the Northwest Arkansas River Valley area for the American Heart Association. So, Serena, tell us what this event means to the American Heart Association.
So tonight is just an important night that we're able to celebrate our supporters, our volunteers, and most importantly, our survivors. We truly want to communicate a message of hope for a future without these diseases.
And we want to raise a lot of money here, so that's definitely a key. The silent auction items Jennifer and I will be introducing along with our auctioneer Shelby. It's going to be incredible. It's a beautiful night. And so how many years has this Heart Ball been going on?
You know, this Heart Ball has been around for many, many decades and is something that we celebrate every year.
Well, very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's a night under the stars, and we're excited. And there's no stars outside, that's for sure, but there are plenty in the John Q. Hammond Center. Kelly, back to you.
All right, Dan, looks like a great event. It looks like a beautiful event there. We're going to head over to Tara Talmadge. She joins us on the Pig Trail Nation set. Hey, Tara.
Hey, Kelly. Well, the Diamond Hogs picking up some wins over in L.A. A recap of Game 1 against USC is next. Plus, we're catching up with Arkansas offensive coordinator Joe Craddock, how he feels about quarterback Ben Hicks and what he brings to the table after the break.
Park Hill Clinic, specializing in total health care for women for over 50 years.
You don't get $200 when you switch out an old car part, but you do when you switch to Jackson Hewitt. At Jackson Hewitt, we help lots of people like you. That's why you get $200 when you leave your old tax service for us. So switch to Jackson Hewitt today and get $200.
Hey, did you know that Chevy has 7 great cars with a starting price under $26,000? Like this Camaro and this Malibu. And let's not forget this Cruze sedan and Cruze hatch. And finally, this Spark, Sonic sedan, and Sonic hatch. So no matter what you're looking for, Chevy has a car for you. That's awesome! Yeah!
Get $2,250 total cash allowance on most Cruze and Malibu models when financing with GM Financial. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $1,000 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
One for trash bags. Come on.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Hey, ladies. Buy Hefty Ultra Strong at a low price.
Dada.
I wish.
Get Hefty Ultra Strong. Costs less than Glad Force Flex for sold head-to-head.
5 steps for perfect winter skin.
5 steps. My skin gets so dry and itchy, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe Skin Repair. It's 48-hour moisture in one use and guaranteed relief for dry, itchy skin. Thanks to O'Keefe's, I got my skin back.
This President's Day, experience Acura's ultra-responsive lineup like the exhilarating MDX, the thrilling TLX, the quick-to-react ILX, or the commanding RDX. Hurry in. These offers won't last long.
This President's Day, visit your Acura dealer for attractive offers on the 2019 TLX.
You don't get $200 when you switch out an old car part, but you do when you switch to Jackson Hewitt. At Jackson Hewitt, we help lots of people like you. That's why you get $200 when you leave your old tax service for us. So switch to Jackson Hewitt today and get $200.
Now, from Fayetteville, high on the hill, this is your Pig Trail Nation report. Sponsored by Crane Automotive Team.
Mike Anderson and the men's basketball team currently on a 4-game losing skid, falling to Auburn on Wednesday by 23 points. A demoralizing loss for the Razorbacks, who are now 14-12 overall, 5-8 in conference play. But of the 4 recent losses, Anderson's saying the Hogs have been in contention for the win in at least 2 of them, including the team's 1-point loss to Missouri. But adds there's one thing this team needs to start doing.
It's about making plays at the right time. And so it's not like they had been playing good basketball. You know, obviously, you know, I've got to do a better job of getting them over the hump, as I said, and that falls on me. You know, I can get them, you know, to the finish line, but now we got to make plays to get over the hump, and that's what we hadn't done.
The Razorbacks returning to Bud Walton Arena tomorrow night, hosting Texas A&M. Tip-off for that one set for 7:30, airing on SEC Network. The Aggies 4-9 in SEC play, 2-5 on the road. Arkansas offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach Joe Craddock last worked with Ben Hicks in 2017, Chad Morris's last year at SMU, when Hicks threw for over 3,500 yards and 33 touchdowns. Next week, Craddock and Morris will get their first look at Hicks in an Arkansas uniform when spring football kicks off, but Craddock says he's already impressed with the transition Hicks has made into Arkansas's program.
I've seen everything I saw at SMU. You know, the guys seem to flock to him. The thing that makes him a leader, I believe, is his competitiveness and his toughness. Our guys don't know how tough he is yet, but they will. They'll know that pretty quick when he headbutts one of them pregame. Now guys want to go kind of throw with him or hang out with him because they kind of get to know who he is as a person.
The Diamond Hogs over on the West Coast playing a 3-game series against USC in Los Angeles, California. Game 1 Thursday evening. Cody Scroggins pitching 3 2/3 innings, giving up 3 earned runs on 1 hit and 2 walks, striking out 8 batters. The Hogs getting the bats going in the 4th. Casey Martin coming up with bases loaded double, bringing in 3 runs. The Razorbacks would tack on 3 more in this inning and go on to win it 6-3. Game 2 is tonight at 8 p.m. That live stream is available on Pac-12+. Isaiah Campbell on the mound for the Razorbacks as the Arkansas looks for its 5th straight win. And the Razorback Invitational continuing this afternoon. Arkansas softball play in Southeast Missouri State. That game has been pushed back, but it's just now getting underway. Currently scoreless right now. The Hogs take on Southern Illinois University of Edwardsville tonight at 7 o'clock. SEC Indoor Track and Field Championship is underway over at the Tyson Indoor Facility, a meeting of some of the top athletes in the nation. The Razorbacks in the heptathlon. Gabe Moore is going to start us off at the shot put with an impressive throw of 49 feet, 5.5 inches, the best mark of the day. Derek Jacobus finishing the long jump with a distance of 22 feet, 9 inches. Jacobus in 4th place after day 1. Moore is in 1st. And in the pentathlon, Kelsey Herman competing over on the high jump, clearing 5 feet, 8 inches. She is currently in 1st place after day 1 of competition. And the Gymbacks back at home tonight, hosting the 5th-ranked LSU Tigers inside Barnhill Arena. The meet begins at 7:15 tonight. You can watch all the action on SEC Network Plus. So, Kelly, a lot to look forward to today in Razorback sports, but that's going to do it for your Pictorial Nation report. We'll have more news and weather after the break.
Steak and Shake is proud to sponsor KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
Super savings!
And your sales tax paid.
Sale includes leather reclining sofas and sectionals. Best of all, leather reclining sofas, only $7.99. Come see us at Hank's Fine Furniture.
Today we're here to talk about trucks.
I love trucks.
Well, what truck brand comes from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road?
I think it's the Chevy.
Ford.
It's not Ford.
I think it's Ram.
Not Ram either.
That's
Chevy.
Gorgeous.
Current GM owners get a total value of $10,250 on this Silverado when you finance with GM Financial plus 1-year Sirius XM All Access package. See your Northwest Arkansas Chevy dealers.
Toyota of Fayetteville is the destination in Arkansas that promises a great experience in sales and service for every customer. Shop row after row of Toyotas. Right now, fall in love with a new Toyota and drive away in a new 2019 Toyota Highlander and receive $1,500 customer cash or 2.9% APR. Toyota of Fayetteville, off I-49 at exit 67A. Just look for the American flag, the brand you want, and a name you can trust. Toyota of Fayetteville.
Find nearest bakery.
Showing nearby bakeries.
Find party supply store near here.
2019 Corolla, loaded with the latest tech and Toyota Safety Sense standard.
I got it all.
Where's my mom?
She wasn't on the list.
Right now, get $2,000 customer cash. Or qualified buyers get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a stylish new 2019 Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
Super savings!
And your sales tax paid.
Sale includes designer sofas, only $4.99. Best of all, big family-size sectionals, $9.99. Come see us at Hank's Fine Furniture.
Next, E.T. Will the Avengers assemble on the Oscars stage?
That would be cool.
Yeah. Everything you can expect on Hollywood's biggest night, we're pre-partying with the nominees. Next, E.T.
Right here on KNWA.
Well, Black History Month is almost over, but it's not too late to get involved. Compassion Fayetteville Black History Month will host a celebration day and style show on Sunday at the St. James Missionary Baptist Church in Fayetteville. St. James is the oldest black church in Northwest Arkansas. It was opened in 1865 by a freed slave.
We have a unifying spirit that really brings the community together. And so I think through those things that we have become a strong staple in the community.
This weekend celebration recognizes local black pastors, including Pastor Curtis Smith at St. James. It starts at 2 p.m. until 4, and it's free and open to the public. Stick around. Meteorologist Melissa Hall is back after the break with a final check of her forecast.
It's everything Northwest Arkansas. Like the Good Day NWA Facebook page now.
Don't go to any dealership. Come to the Silverado Superstore.
Shop the largest selection of the all-new Silverado at McClarty Daniels Chevy today. Drive home a Silverado interest-free for 72 months. Get yours before they're gone. Visit SpringdaleChevy.com.
Where there's smoke, there's going to be the area's best ribs, barbecue, burgers, and more at Smokin' Joe's Rib House. Cooking you the best award-winning barbecue for over 25 years. Smokin' Joe's Rib House. We offer the best quality meats, burgers, and specialty sandwiches. You won't know where to start. We also offer catering for weddings, business lunches, tailgate parties, and more. Give us a call for pricing and more details. Visit us at our new location at 200 North 8th Street in Rogers.
My fellow Americans, I stand before you today humbled because the President's Day sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. Find huge savings on our best mattresses, like $100 off any Denver Mattress Luxe Line mattress, or save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets. And for the budget-minded, get the Summit Queen, only $189.99, plus 5 years, no interest financing. But hurry, the extended President's Day sale at Denver Mattress ends Thursday.
Do you want another truck, or a truck like no other? One that makes people say, they put what in that truck? One that has capabilities you can't find in other trucks and ushers in a whole new age. The all-new Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year. For deals like no other. Come in now during Ram Truck Month.
Or right now, get an average $16,250 in total values on select 2019 Ram 1500 Classic models in dealer stock.
They are the people that make Northwest Arkansas outstanding.
This week on Movers and Shakers, Chris Fry sits down for a one-on-one conversation with Fort Smith Mayor George McGill, his journey to the office, and his vision for the city's future. Sunday at 10 on KNWA News.
Get ready to save more in a new Chevy from McClarty Daniels Chevrolet. Take your pick. Get 15% off MSRP on new Tahoes or Suburbans. But hurry, these savings won't last long. Start your deal online at SpringdaleChevy.com. Se habla español.
Well, Kelly, the good news is that severe weather risk is mainly off to our east. We do have non-severe storms in our area and a little marginal risk. The main risk is going to be the wind tomorrow. We do have a wind advisory. Now, after that, thunderstorms may pop up in the morning, but then the sun comes out tomorrow afternoon. That wind advisory is from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We remain mild for the first part of the week, and then we do cool down by Wednesday, though.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.